This is going to be our neutral spine with abdominal bracing. Just like in clinic, we're going to start laying on our back to start to learn how to activate our transverse abdominis. Remember, go to the two bones on the front of the pelvis and go up and just kind of the outside. That transverse abdominis, as we show, really wraps around all the way into the low back. So we use that coughing to feel that muscle pop out. Now, just like you did in clinic, I want you to learn to turn that muscle on, right? Not bearing down, but to tone it. You should feel the small of your back flatten against the mat, and that's abdominal bracing. Throughout clinic, we'll work on getting it to fire more on the outside as well, but we're working on just being able to turn this on. Make sure it's not rectus abdominis, it's not the six-pack, it's this outer muscle. Feel it through here. Now we stack our hands in the strike zone. Keep your hands closed. You'll see this when we stand up. Bottom of the rib cage, top of the pelvis. And so as we brace, you'll notice that those hands are stacked. Feel what it's not to realize where you're supposed to be. See the rib cage open, the hands open. That's loading in the low back. As we tone and bring it neutral, see how those hands come back together. Again, we're not moving the hands. The hands are just giving us that closed rib cage as opposed to open rib cage. Much easier when you're on the ground because you're not posturally loaded. So get that kinesthetic sense while you're here, and once you get it, then we're going to stand. We're going to put our hands in the same position, right? Remember that strike zone, bottom of the rib cage, top of the pelvis. Now we want to feel what it's not. Let's slump. Again, not from the hips, from the back. Slump, feel those hands come together. Again, we're not bringing the hands together. Slump so they come in together from the slump. And then overreach, rib cage open, slump, flexion. They're too close together. Then we're going to open. Feel it in the low back. Feel that load in the low back. Feel the stretch in the low back. Do that a couple of times and then find neutral. Right? Neutral's probably pretty close to where you are, but let's tone that ab again, and you'll notice those hands close. Don't keep your fingers wide open. You really kind of want to feel this. So many times you'll find yourself out here, and you think it's good posture because you're upright, and the chest is tall, and that's good posture. In reality is you're loading all in the low back. See the load through here. Watch as I shift and then tone and relax, right? So we're not muscling down. I'm not in this position, but I'm also not in this, what we think of as good posture. I'm in this position. Very subtle, but feel what it's not to feel what it is and brace that abdominal. Very light sort of brace, like a 2 out of 10. You know, if you're standing in line, you're sitting at a desk, right? And you're sitting and you think this is good posture. We now realize that that's not good posture. Or what you'll see a lot is we start to do this and we're slumpy and our back's got a lot of pressure, and then we tone our ab and we come up tall and we reset neutral. Test it and do it throughout the day. Find all the different places of where you're not doing it. And what you're looking to do is provide all these mini resets throughout your day. When you go to lift something, or you go to grab groceries, or lift a child, or lift a kettlebell, learn that skill, position yourself, brace, engage. You'll notice that you've protected yourself, but you're also tremendously more powerful as well. So if you're going to do that workout or you're going to do a lot of repetitive load, get yourself in a position to where your injury rates go down and your performance goes up. That's our abdominal bracing skill. You don't always have to go through the floor and come all the way up. Once you get good with this, you're doing it in a standing way, but always recalibrate yourself going through the process that we just went through.